of it. We'll figure this out.
Yeah, man.
Like fuck, I ain't got time. Like, dude, we're on.
Ain't nobody got time.
We're on Stitcher. We're on Instagram.
Listen, wherever you go, you gonna find the Bad Boys Podcast. Or better yet, here's the thing. Follow us on Instagram. If you have a question as to what you want to reach us on, hit us up. Hit me with a DM and just say, yo, I want to reach you on Twitter. What's the handle? And I got you. I got you.
And also, shout out to the Coach K. He gave us a shout out on one of his latest episodes.
Absolutely.
We appreciate it. Much love.
Coach K!
Coach K. Go check out the Coach K podcast. And also to another Instagram page, Black Podcast Matter.
Yeah,
they showed us love too, and we appreciate that. So you know what, we might do something with them in the near future. So I just want to show appreciation to everybody. So with that being said, I think it's time for Joe knows best, 'cause Joe knows best. God damn, yo, can you just like sing all the time?
I could.
You could, but you know what?
But I would only sing to one person all the time. And that is my Khaleesi.
Your Khaleesi. Your Dragon Slayer.
My Dragon Slayer.
Or she slays your dragon.
She slays my dragon.
Okay.
Okay.
Before I forget, shout out to Champ. We're going to actually release a special episode later this week. Myself, KoJo, and Champ, we're going to do a little extra episode, a bonus episode for y'all, and bring Champ Elliott back into the fold because, you know...
Champ in the building! Whoop!
He is that third inch of the BBP that's going to deliver, that gives you that feeling, you know. Because right now you're getting 2/3 of this dick.
You getting 2/3 of this dick, but you ain't getting the whole dick.
Nah, because if you think it's already big, you're about to find out.
Oh my God! But Joe knows. Today, Joe knows best is gonna be dedicated to men and women. Really, I mean, it's just dedicated to anybody. But pretty much the topic today is gonna be based on not burping, but
no, not that. Not that.
But today's topic is going to kind of be based on the people who, you know, let's say you're not that young anymore. I mean, you're still young in terms of like life, but you're getting up there now. You're 30, you're 35, you're
old as shit.
You're getting old, man, and like your whole life you've been a gallus, or you've been someone who has always just chased that. You just chased women, or you chased men.
Just chased
you're
pussy.
Yeah, pussy. Or you're just always in the club scene. Or you're always just on one-night stands, shit like that. Like, you're always just talking to different people. And
quick question, you ever had a one-night stand?
Of course I have.
Oh, me too. Okay, just wanted to check. I don't know why I asked you. I do know that.
Yeah, dog.
Yeah, like, my bad.
No, it's cool, though. The listeners didn't know that.
Now they do.
I mean, they probably thought I did. I'm talking about...
Oh, my God. The fucking Cookie Monster.
The Cookie Monster up in this bitch, the serial assassin, nigga. But, you're that kind of person that's just always talking to men or women... And you never really form meaningful relationships or something that's going to be long lasting.
Okay.
And you're getting older and you kind of realize like, fuck, like I really do want to have a meaningful relationship, but you know, you're so much of a gallus or someone that talks to a lot of girls or someone that talks to a lot of guys, and you just feel like you almost don't know how to trust them because you're someone who's always talking to a lot of different people and playing the game. So you have trust issues because you're like, well, if I'm doing it, I'm sure this girl I'm talking to is doing it. So I can't trust her. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So for a lot of people that kind of have that feeling of like, how do I get out of that and trust somebody or, you know, try to build a relationship with somebody. Yeah. And I think there's a lot of different ways you can do it, but I'll just give you guys a few tips that I think, and mind you, just know, like, Joe knows segments are just what I think. So I'm not trying to say I'm right or I'm wrong. I mean, but I'm right. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not just... But so anyway, I think that a few ways that you can do it is to, first of all, change your mindset. Easy. Yo, it's so easy to say, bro. What do you mean, dog? I've been a gallus my whole life. Like, I've been talking to girls forever. Like, I just can't trust them, bro. Well, one thing you need to do that would help you is to change your scenery. You probably go out every weekend. Yep. You're probably on Bumble or on what's the other ones? Tinder or POF.
Yep.
You're probably on all that shit. You're probably talking to girls and telling them lies or giving them, maybe not lies, but like false information to kind of keep them. Yeah, like false hope, dragging girls along. All of that behavior needs to stop. If you really want to find somebody, you have to stop doing that stuff, because you know that's all stuff that's going to make you more susceptible to just talking to girls that are like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if you really want that change, you have to make the change first for change to happen.
Absolutely.
So change your environment. Change who you go out with. Change where you go out. Change your mindset, man, and change the type of girls that you come into communication with. You know, if you're talking to a girl that you know is a girl that goes to the club every weekend just like you, obviously you're going to find someone who you're not going to be able to build trust with just like you, because you know you can't be trusted.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So you're basically looking in the mirror talking to this girl, and you're not going to be able to build trust with her. So, you know, maybe we don't go out to the club as often. And you're probably thinking, yeah, but dog, I always do it. Like, all my friends go to the club. Like, I'm just going to not go out with my friends. I get it. But if you really want that long life relationship, maybe you shouldn't go to the club every weekend. Or honestly, go to something more loungy. Switch it up a little bit. Go to something that's more loungy. You can actually have a conversation with the person and talk to them and get to know them, where you're not stupid drunk, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's number one.
That does help.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Number two would be that you have to make yourself a little bit vulnerable. Anyone that's ever gone to a serious, meaningful relationship has made themselves vulnerable. You have to put yourself out there in a way where, if you really care for a girl, because a lot of guys, and I've talked to one of my homeboys about this, who's like that today, actually. And he's the kind of guy that, like, he likes this girl, but he just doesn't want to give her, I wouldn't say everything, but he doesn't want to open up to her because he's afraid that, because the girl he likes talks to a lot of guys too.
Okay.
But she likes him too, which is funny. So, but he's afraid to open up because he doesn't want her to, you know, quote unquote, break his heart, or, you know.
He's afraid of rejection.
Exactly. Not rejection, because she wants to be with him, but he just doesn't want her talking to a bunch of other men. And he's afraid that, okay, if I commit myself to you, you're still going to be talking to a lot of these other men.
Yeah.
Which is also him, in a way, thinking about the fact that that's what he would be doing. Does that make sense?
Yes, but could it also be that maybe he's a little insecure?
Yes,
okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And that's the thing. You have to make yourself vulnerable and just say, you know what? I'm going to go all in with this person and hope that they reciprocate the same feelings as me. And look, if they don't, it's fine. Let's say you're talking to them exclusively, but you find out they're talking to other guys or other girls. Okay, you leave that person and you move on. You're not dead. You're okay. Keep it moving. You know, and be mindful in the moment. Like, really read that person and let them know exactly how you feel. And if you're a guy, 9 times out of 10, you show a girl you really want to be with her and you know she wants to be with you, it's probably going to happen. You know? For girls, to be honest, I'm a little bit more skeptical with guys. Straight up, as a guy, like, I know, like, mans are more susceptible to talking to a bunch of girls. Oh, but yeah. It's the same principle. As a woman trying to be with a man, you still have to be a little bit, let yourself be vulnerable and open yourself up to the opportunity of possibly losing this guy or possibly him talking to other girls or vice versa. So, you know, just...
Can I ask you a personal question?
Of course you can.
You ever had your heart broken? By a woman?
No.
No.
Broken? No.
Broken. Like shattered.
I haven't, but I remember. To, like, but I remember one time, one of my exes from high school cheated on me with another girl.
Oh yeah, I know. You told me this.
I think I told this on the podcast.
I think you did, yeah.
But
I thought that
I wouldn't say she broke my heart. Absolutely. But I wouldn't say she broke my heart, but it hurt my feelings for sure. You know, I felt like, wow, yo, like really, like I'd have joined in. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? But I could have gave you all this.
You know, I remember, like, after she told me, like, I'd imagine her doing it with this girl, because I knew the girl too.
Yeah.
I'd imagine them doing it and, like, feel like, yo, you cheated on me still. Like, that's cheating on me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even the way she broke the story down, it was like, yo, the girl just, like, the girl went in on her in a way that a man would go in on her. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were hanging out at her house, and then, because her friend's a freak. Her friend was a freak. I remember one time they were trying to rape me, like, as a joke.
Yeah.
Both of them, because we were both at her house.
Did you fight?
We were both at my girl's friend's house.
Yeah.
And they were both trying to rape me, like, as a joke, but a part of me was like, yo, y'all ain't joking right now. Like, y'all trying to rape me. at the time, obviously,
I'd be like, no, let me help you.
No, for sure. But at the time, I'm with my girl, so I kind of have to pretend like I want it to be a joke too. Because if I just started going in and my girl was like, yo, dog, what are you doing, bro? You know what I mean?
I was acting like you were.
Right. But they're chilling at her house, and then her friend was like, yo, let me just show you something. So he started fingering her and shit. And then he just, you know what I mean? So I picture that shit. So that I wouldn't say that broke my heart, but it hurt my feelings. Like, we stayed together after that.
What I'm trying to get at is, like, for the guy or the woman that's had their heart broken, like, shattered.
Yeah.
I can see why they become a gallus, or from one woman's perspective, why, you know, she dates multiple guys and won't commit, and maybe he's like playing multiple dudes because, like, her heart's been broken. She put her heart out there one time, and it got returned to her like a fucking serve.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, it got drilled back at her and across the fence. And that's so he or she is probably like, I'm never gonna let that happen again. And I've had my heart broken, and I've said I'm never gonna let that happen again. But I've matured, gotten older, and I've learned to let my guard down to a certain extent.
Right.
But there is a line that I won't cross until I know it's for sure.
Right. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's good to obviously protect yourself from being hurt. But the way you can do that the best is to take the time to be observant with the person you're dealing with. What a lot of people do, I think, is they kind of go into things and situations blindly, just throwing blind hope, like, I hope they don't cheat on me.
Yeah.
But they're not paying attention to signs. They're not paying attention to mannerisms of the person. They're not paying attention to the things that person says to them, how the person treats them. And then when the person cheats on them, they're like, how could they do? It's like, well, dog, if you just took a second to see the signs, you'd see it coming. Yeah. So it's a two-way thing, like you said, Black. Like, you have to eventually, if you had your heart broken, you do have to come to a point where you're going to mature and just say, look, I'm going to put myself out there again. I could be heartbroken again, but it's worth finding that person. Now, with that and that maturation, you have to be observant and ask questions. Talk to the person. Ask them questions that, like, might be uncomfortable, but it will help you to know where they're really at. You know, and there's nothing wrong with that. And if they kind of show you resistance, like, yo, why are you asking me that? Don't talk to me about that. It's like, well, all right. Well, you're clearly, like, not open-minded and trying to be open with me, so that's a sign to me too. That you're not really trying to be all the way 100 with me.
Well, what do you think is the biggest obstacle? Is for someone who's had their heart broken? Is it trusting again, or is it committing to one person?
It's trusting, because with committing comes trust. You won't commit to something you won't trust. But so it's definitely a trust issue.
Because for me, I feel like it's easy. I can not trust someone, but I can commit to them and not trust them. Because I just always have my guard up.
But that's the thing.
Because I can say, I'm not going to cheat on you. I'm going to be with you. But that doesn't mean I'm giving you 100% trust.
So right there, you're engaging in something that's really not fruitful for your spirit. Like, it's not...
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
But
and you know that.
Yeah, I know that going in.
Yeah.
But and I'm speaking for people that can kind of... Relate. Yeah. It's one of those things like, okay... I'm entering into a committed relationship, but I don't 100% trust this person because I've been hurt before. Right. So my guard is up, and only until they prove me wrong will I give them complete trust. Right. Yeah.
And I get that, and I think that honestly, and there's nothing wrong with waiting. Like, if you don't get into a relationship with someone if you don't feel trust in them. Okay. And people might say, well, I have trust issues, so it's going to take longer for me to trust someone again. Okay, then take that time. Because if you commit, because here's the thing. You committing to someone, okay, you have trust issues, and you're committing to someone before you've trusted them, that's going to slow down your process of rebuilding your ability to trust again. Because you're now in a relationship where you have to trust, so the relationship is forcing you to learn to trust faster, but it's not at a rate that you're willing to learn how to trust faster. Yeah. So you're actually hurting your process of learning how to trust again by getting in a relationship with this person that you have to trust. So it's only going to hurt you. So wait.
But isn't trust earned?
Yeah. And I mean, it's earned, exactly. Yeah. But until that person's earned your trust, you shouldn't be in a relationship with them. Why? Be their friend. Talk to them. Hang out. be cool. There's nothing wrong with jumping into it. And I think that's another thing, too. Like, even if you're 35 or whatever and you feel like I'm getting old, I should jump into it. Why?
Yeah.
Don't hurt your process. Your process is your process. Do not